How many people was it? 4. Tell me something else about it that you know. About how old do you think they were? Yes, they were. Now there's one more thing we have to talk about that we haven't said already. And it's something about the way they look. What do you know about how they look? Yes, 4 young Negro men who were freshman college students right here at A&T. Now these young men did something shocking. And what they did was, what? What?
Sat at the counter.
They stayed up all night talking. And I know that's not exactly shocking for college students to do. But they talked about how Rosa Parks had died at the Montgomery bus movement. They talked about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did. They especially talked about 9 students just about their own age. Do you all remember? 3 years ago, those 9 were the first colored students to attend their all-white high school in Little Rock, Arkansas. Well, they talked about what they could do. So they walked into this Woolworths at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They browsed the store, they made a small purchase, and then they went to this lunch counter. What's different about this lunch counter? Whites on the lunch counter. They quietly sat down, they politely asked to be served. Did they get served?
No.
So when they were refused, what did they do? What did they do? They just kept sitting there, peacefully and quietly. And that's what happened. That's the story. I know it doesn't sound all that shocking, does it? And you wouldn't think it would be. It is 1960. Even though the Supreme Court ruled against segregation in schools 6 years ago, today we can't walk into this store that claims to be everybody's store, sit down and order lunch like one of these menus here. And you know, it was 5 years ago Miss Parks sat down on that bus to Montgomery, but today we still have to do the colored stand-up section in the back. And so, these 4 young men, we should all know their names: Franklin McCain, Ezel Blair, Joe McNeil, and David Richmond. They did something many of us would love to. Now, my classmates and I, we're sick of waiting around for a change to come. You know, when I was about 12 or 13 years old, and the Supreme Court said we could go to school wherever we want. And my father looked at me and said, everything's going to change now. And then, every day, I walk past this Woolworths, and I know that hasn't come true. So the only thing we can do now is do something. Well, these 4 young men, they did something extraordinary. They went first. They put their bodies on the line to force a change. The movement needs some people to wade in there first and get things started. All of us in the movement take risks, but those who go first and go alone are special. They might get arrested, might get beaten up, maybe even killed. But it just might spark something. And the Greensboro Poor sparked something. So that's where we come. Now let me hand these out to you all. We is a nice thing. It makes us feel good because we're part of a group if we say we. But then as long as I'm part of we can take care of everything and I don't have to do anything. I can put it on we. Then I ask you who we is, you don't know who we is. Now let me tell you what the difficult thing to do is. Let me tell you what the brave thing to do is. And let me tell you what the necessary thing to do is. To raise your hand in a room full of people you might not even know and say what? I do. Put it all on me. Because now everybody knows who you are. They can see. They can talk about you. You know how folks are, they talk about you. If they want to, they can do something to you. They know where you live. They can do something to your folks, to your family. But at the end of the day, the law, the Constitution, Thomas Jefferson and George Washington, black folks, white folks, we ain't gonna do anything. Because if there were, it would have been done by now. There's only one person you can rely on to do something about this. And who is that person? Yourself. Yes. You all get it now? Who says we should have the freedom to choose to sit where we want at this lunch counter? Let me see who does. Let me see who does. Because my next question is, what are you going to do about it? Look how quick my hands went down. What happened? What happened to my hands? Because the law says it's fine to separate based on the skin color. So what can you do to change these laws? Someone says nonviolent. And you know what's funny? We didn't hear any of these. Strong, powerful, aggressive, active. How come we don't think of those kinds of words? A lot of people come to these training sessions, they say nonviolence, that's not for me. Because they think most of us in the movement are these mythical heroes, these self-sacrificing saints who love our enemies and look forward to suffering with love in our hearts and a smile on our lips. Well, I can tell you that just ain't me. I don't look forward to getting beaten up. I'm afraid I'll have the urge to fight back. But nonviolence is a tool, and it's a tool we use because we want to win. We see nonviolence as the most effective way to accomplish our goals. All right, speaking of goals, matter of fact, what do we do as a sit-in? Sit. That's all you have to do. So you boy have an easy job. The rest of us have a tough one. We're going to give them a taste of what you expect out of them. Yeah, the more we do that, the rules are simple. This is very serious protest. There's no physical retaliation, no verbal response, no nonverbal reaction to any kind of an attack. Everyone, remember to dress in your Sunday best. Although men should actually wear clip-on ties rather than these regular ones, yes? And women should not wear pierced earrings or high heels. Do not bring anything with you that can in any way be seen as a weapon, not even a pocket full of change. And most of all, stay together. Don't leave or arrive by yourself. You're always much stronger as a group. And that's what's going to get us through in this situation. Now, while you four think about those things, everybody else, would you stand up, please? Please do not touch our protesters today. How will you feel? Are you determined to be free? Can you control your fear and your emotions? All right? Now, I want you to imagine, just imagine feeling all these angry stares on the back of your neck. Imagine hearing people say, what do they think they're doing here? I want you to imagine the Negro women in the kitchen whom you thought would be on your side, but they're saying, you're making the race look bad. Now, the crowd starts to yell at you, call you the worst kind of names. Keisha. And now, they begin to touch you, pushing and poking and spitting, and then a milkshake gets poured over your head. They might start attacking at any moment. So what will you do? Can you stay strong? Can you stay focused? Can you stay non-violent? We just practice very mild. You'll all have to respect much worse treatment as a real city. But the same rules apply. And if we follow them, usually we won't be attacked. Now, if you are, do not fight back, but do protect your head from being beaten and protect each other. One thing you can do is move yourself up against the wall, curl up into a tight ball, cover your face as best you can. Let's say there is one person who's taking a severe beating. We can all get up with our bodies between them and the violence. Imagine, more people, you see violence more evenly distributed, and then hopefully no one will get seriously injured. And in future sessions, we're going to practice some of these techniques. I want to thank you for being so great. All right? And it's real simple. All you have to do is repeat after me. So we're going to try this. Is everybody ready? Yes, sir. Oh, that wasn't everybody, but I'll take it. All right, here we go. Repeat after me. This is how it goes. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. All right. To freedom land. To freedom land. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. To freedom land. To freedom land. Good. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Yeah. To freedom land. To freedom land. Let's try this part together, same time. I'm on my way, oh Lord, to freedom land. That's almost the whole song. Now, there's a bunch of folks not following the rules, and they think I can't tell that they're not singing right. So we're going to try it again. But this time, if you don't sing, I'm going to come and embarrass you, all right? Yes, and I can tell. I really can. I can tell. Ready? Here we go. Repeat after me. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. See, that sounds better already, doesn't it? To freedom land. To freedom land. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. To freedom land. To freedom land. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. To freedom land. To freedom land. Together. I'm on my way, oh Lord, to freedom land. Let's try another. If you don't know, don't hinder me. Don't hinder me. If you don't know, don't hinder me.